Yeah. And we got to make this very clear because I was going to go because I'm kind of sad and you guys don't share the screens anymore because I was going to go into Darryl's favorite part of the show of what you could buy in America for 40 grand. And the pricing of the housing here that I have up for you guys, a lot of the houses we saw on your show, you were saying you can't even build it for that much. I'm looking at
40 grand is the lumber in Toronto for
it's
a
just
house.
a connect to the sewer if the sewer is already there.
Yeah. So now I'm looking at homes right now in front of me that Civil War type homes with pillars on front of them look like the White House, 229, 5 bedrooms, 4,000 square feet, quarter acre of land, freehold property. It's just nonstop. Like what I have in front of me here is just the complete manor. There's a manor, 155, 5 bedrooms, 4 bath, $2,429. 2,429 square feet.
So right now, Mike, we've had we'll get to that. I want to just kind of keep us onto this because I want to make sure that people understand a lot of the things that you've been talking about in the past are all starting now to ring true. Inflation as a whole. I mean, I didn't even think about the word inflation. I knew what it was, and I knew that the 2% rate was something that you should always sort of attribute to like an annual increase. But like, if you've been talking about it for years,
yes,
you thought that inflation would get out of control.
I knew inflation was going to get out of control. And in 2016, there's a video. Again, you go through the channel and you'll see it. It says rates need to be 9% by 2022.
Rates need to be 9%
by 2022.
When did you put that
inflation
up?
In 2017, you'll see it on the channel.
Because of inflation getting out of control, right?
And then I went through the graphs, and I'm not just talking, hey, my name is no, here's the graph. This is where we are.
Why doesn't he get 100,000 views per fucking episode, TK? I don't understand. I'm not even joking.
Shadow banning.
Like, I'm really not even joking.
No, the video's up, and then and that one I went in. I think I even have the thimble that I made for it. I was going through it, and I was looking at that, and then I didn't know about that video for a while. I made the video, but I forgot about it. And then one of my viewers searched across my channel and typed in rates, and he found that video, and he's like, Mike, did you see this video? You said, and I looked at, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, because we need to hedge against inflation, because if we don't raise rates, price of food will be out of reach. And we were already predicting in 2017, 2018, 2019.
But they started raising, right? Didn't they start raising rates in 2017? Isn't that why the market kind of slowed down?
Yes, then they pivoted. They pivoted
rates, yeah.
And they lowered rates, and then they pulled the trigger on the pandemic.
And then the pandemic hit, and they dropped their pants.
Why did they pull the trigger on the pandemic, Mike?
There was no confidence. There was no confidence in governments. The whole world was protesting. You could watch those old Mike in the Nights where we had callers in from Chile, Iran, Hong Kong protests were going for 40 weeks. The Gilets jaunes in France was going for 80 weeks. The whole world was protesting no confidence in government.
What does the pandemic do? I don't get it. I'm just trying to explain to me like I'm a child here. Well, why is the pandemic going to control those things?
Well, everybody was no confidence in governments.
Okay.
And governments wanted to keep their power. Look, everybody was protesting already 70, 80 weeks in France for Macron. We don't want Macron. We want him out. Guess who just got reelected 6 months ago for France?
Yeah, Mr. Macron with his watch.
Yes, and the pandemic worked by shutting it down, creating the fear, and creating the control mechanism that
diversion.
Yeah,
big fucking diversion.
Yes, so it's a distraction for them to be able to say, "Oh my gosh, you know,
and
the government's not working for me." But now, in order to keep me and my family safe, we're gonna, be under their control and guidance. Thank God for the government.
Yes,
they're gonna save.
Did the government know that the inflation was going to come?
They knew already. They knew back in 2010, especially in Canada. In 2011, 2012, they were calling Canada banking system the Great White Short. And right now, TD Bank is the most shorted bank in all of North America. It has more shorts on it. You can look it up. It's the most shorted bank is TD Bank, and their sheet is terrible. But what people need to know is that taxpayers are just going to bail them out.
Right. That's what we were talking about. When were we talking about that?
2 weeks ago.
We've been talking about it.
No, but we just had the conversation where it's like,
yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Well, maybe it wasn't with you, but I was just talking about this yesterday. It's like, if you were in the casino, right? And you knew that when you walked out, they would give you what you just lost, you would behave differently, right? And so this is the housing market, right? This is the banks. It's like, it's very clear that it's like, just keep lending. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together, right? We'll all figure this mess out together. I don't know why this mess started, but we'll figure it out for you.